Hi! Welcome to Artistry Collaborative. My name is Joanne and I am so glad you joined me today. If you're new to my channel, well, welcome. I hope you stick around, and if you like what you see, become a subscriber because I would love for you to join my YouTube family. We have lots of fun here. We explore all kinds of creative ideas and mediums, just DIYs, repurposing, you name it, we do it. And once in a while I do a mini Dollar Tree craft haul. So today is really something different. I had the pleasure of being the decorator for my friend Karen and JP's wedding, and so I'm going to take you through all the decorations that I did at her request. It was a lovely beach wedding, beach theme wedding, and I had so much fun. So this is just a few things up close. These hung on the bride's table and the cake table. They're made with the white discs, and then you made a hook, and I hooked it onto the table using starfish and some flowers and tulle. So pretty. And then I used the 3D forms from Dollar Tree, put in all kinds of the mini fairy lights that I got from Amazon. And then this one we left the pearls because it looked like a jellyfish. But you know, you could cut this, you could do something different, you could do rhinestones, whatever your theme is. But these looked so beautiful at night. We had 7 of them, but you could do more, you could do just a couple. It was gorgeous. So here at Artistry Collaborative, we are the home of Try Lab, because all we want you to do is try. So if you have an event coming up and you need ideas, just reach out, put in a comment, and I will help you. I love to plan events. That's one of the things my daughter and I, we do it all. We do the flowers, we do the cakes. We didn't for this event. She had someone for everybody. We just did the decorations, but we love planning. So reach out. And to my subscribers, well, you know I love you. So come along to the wedding. It is so beautiful, and I hope you enjoy it.
Here is the skirt that I made for the bride's table and for the cake table, and it's just strips of tulle in aqua and peach and off-white with some had some like rhinestones in it, and I just sewed it to a piece of elastic, and yeah, very simple, very easy, and we're just trying to get the wrinkles out because it's been sitting in a bag for over a year. Now these are what I made to go on the tables. You'll see later on that I made 3 for each table. So here I'm just making a bow, and I'm using wire edged ribbon, and you just twist it around so that the front is facing you, and then you make a loop and you catch it in between your fingers like that. Then you twist, make a loop the opposite direction, and come back to those fingers. And you want to keep it the same size. Now for this particular project I made 8 loops. Normally I make an odd number like 7, but since it's going on the circle, I wanted it to have an even amount on each side. And you just make each next ribbon a little bit bigger than the last one so that they're not all uniform. You want them to be different. And that's just it. You go up and you keep twisting it towards you, and then you catch it all. And then you could use wire or you could use ribbon. I happen to use the jute twine because that's what I had, and I'm just tying it in the back. I would use a much bigger piece than what I have here, but yeah, that works really well. And then just tie it really tight, and then you can spread the here I'm just cutting the ribbon off and then I'm making it a dovetail, which just means you fold it in half and then cut it on a slant so that it looks like the tail of a dove. And yeah, and then I just work with the wire ribbon and spread it around. And that's all there is to it. It just takes some practice. I promise it's not difficult at all. And here I am just spreading it out because we're going to let it sit on the thing. And now this was netting, and it's the same procedure, except what I did is I folded it over like I did with the ribbon, and then I folded another piece up and I gathered it in the middle, and then I tied that to the back of the bow, and I tied it like vertically, and then I did another piece and I tied that horizontally, so there was a piece of that netting behind the bow going all four ways. So this is why I say you need a bigger piece of twine, absolutely. And that's it. So now I'm taking this circle and I'm just punching a hole through the center, and then I'm going to take that twine and put it through the center of the styrofoam, and then I am going to tie a knot in the back to secure it. I also will put a dab of hot glue in the back, and I will also put a piece of hot glue in the front. On some of them I actually glued some of the ribbon down in the front just to absolutely secure it. And then I'm not sure if I did it on this, but I used a piece of shell. You could use a piece of popsicle stick, just something to hold the knot in place. And here is where I get a piece of shell and attach it over the, hot glue it over the twine to keep it in place, and then I put a bead of glue in the front hole as well. So now we can begin decorating with the sand dollars, and I have a starfish. We used some floral, and on the starfish I put super glue in the center, and then I went around the edges with hot glue so that you had that quick attachment, but then you also had the more permanent with the hot glue. I just wanted it to make sure that it stayed throughout the wedding. So I just pressed that down and hold it in place. And then we are going to attach the starfish. And again, same thing. I used the super glue in the center and left the tips of the starfish with the hot glue to really secure it. And then I just went in with bits of aqua hydrangea. As you can see, there's some silver, I don't know what you would call that, branches, I guess. They were from Christmas time. And we're going to put those around the edges. But you can put in some flowers in this, you can put in some shells, you can use whatever you like. So yeah, I just cut up the hydrangea and hot glued that right into the foam. And I really love these balls. I don't know what they are, but I just really, really like them. And so we just attached a variety of different items. You really got to play with what you like, what colors you want to introduce. You know, she wanted the teals, she wanted the off-whites, the sand color, a beigey peachy color. So that's what we picked up. I'm sorry I keep getting up and down, but my glue gun was on the other side of the kitchen until I finally realized that I could just put it on the table, it will reach. So that's why I keep getting up and down from the table. But okay, so I go on and just fill up, not too heavy because you want to be able to make sure that it hangs on the skirt, but you know, you want it to be full. Okay, so now the piece in the center is done, but I wanted to add some of these silver branches and these pearl branches to give it more of a spray look. So I'm just putting in a hole in the center at the top, and then I am going to stick the silver branches in. So what I did is I put in 3 silver branches, one in the middle and one on each side, and then I did the same thing with the pearlized branches, the little branches there you see with the pearls, and I put those in between the silver ones. So I make the hole, and then I test out the branch to see how far down it's going to go, and then I fill the hole with hot glue and then slide the branch inside. So here you go, going one on each side, and then that's going to go in the middle. And that's all there was to that. It went in very, very easily, and it really gave it a nice spray. Okay, so these are the 3-dimensional spheres that forms that Dollar Tree sells, and so we had a ton of strands of pearls. So what we decided was that we would wrap the pearls all the way around, and then later we wrapped the fairy lights I got from Amazon. So all I did was tie it with a piece of twine at the top, and then simply twirl all the way around until I got to the bottom. Now, some of the strands were long enough that I could come down and then go back up the opposite side, but that wasn't always the case. And since this was a sea theme, beach theme, we had some on the large spheres just hang down so it looked like a jellyfish. So, but then when you get to the bottom, you also have to secure it there, because the metal pieces that hold this sphere together that come with it at the Dollar Tree is not very strong. It bends very easily, it breaks very easily. So you're better off securing it yourself with the twine. So you get down to the bottom and secure it with another piece of twine, and then you can either go up the other side or just let it dangle down. So here I am just securing it at the bottom, and now I am with the twine, and now I'm just going to go in the opposite direction and just keep wrapping it around. So this is it completed. I also added the fairy lights. I used the ones from Amazon. I used 3 for the large and 2 for the small, and then I secured them with more rope twine at the bottom so that you could get to them. So these are the centerpieces. Just simply put sand in there, and then we had these skinny pillars that we stuck in. Very, very simple. And then we just filled the jars in with assorted sea glass, the sand dollars, the starfish, some shells, and this green, as you can see in the back there, it's like a teal branch and just toss them in a round. That was it. Very simple. She wanted a very simple centerpiece, and I mean this took less than a half an hour to make 10 of them. And here I am going through the sea glass rocks, trying to find the more colorful ones. And then as you can see, that green branch, it's actually like a turquoise teal mixture. I was going to put some greenery in there, but she didn't like that. She wanted the teal. So, and it was just a matter of just, you know, filling up the vases. It was not difficult, and you just eye it to what you feel works best.
Okay, so this is the arch that we bought. It was a kit, and originally it was going to go on the beach for the beach wedding, but the permit didn't come through, so we are going to use it as a place for people to take pictures. So I am using this large piece of tulle. It's like an iridescent white, and now what I'm going to do is just gather it and tie it. I'm using twine, but you might want to use like a white ribbon, and on each tine I'm going to gather and tie all the way around, and if I have enough I'm going to do it on the back also. So this is what we have so far. We're using what we have, or I would have recommended another roll, but it will not look like this when we're done. So I'm taking one of the Dollar Tree square frames and cutting it so that I can make a hook, and all of the top part will be gone. Sorry about the shakiness of this. All of this part will be gone, and this will hook over the top. So this is what the piece looks like finished, and then I took a block from the Dollar Tree and cut it down the middle. It's not even, but it doesn't matter. And then this is going to be, I'm going to use twine, and what we're going to do is take a piece of this pick, and I'm just going to stick it in here and line it up like that, and then we'll take this, put this like this, and all I need is to here, so we'll do that. Now I'm going to take the twine and I'm going to wrap it all the way around to secure it. So as you can see, there is a ton of different product to use. So we're going to build, this is what it looks like. It's just wrapped in twine. It's just wrapped in twine, willy-nilly. So this part is just all play. I'm taking some pins and I'm pinning some of the leaves in, like so. You can put some hot glue. Just cutting some of these roses. Basically, you just want to make it like a huge spray. So you want things to stick out. A good pair of wire cutters is essential. And then these things are very fragile, but you just trim them, and they just make a really cool statement. adding texture and movement to the piece. So that's really cool. And then I've got these huge ones, which I was going to put like blue, white, blue, but it's just too big. So what you do is you just cut it down. And you can get, because you don't want it to be top heavy, and I'd like to use shells in here so that we get the beach theme in here. It's not just all flowers. And with this, I'm just going to make a little hole in the foam. And again, it will melt because the glue is hot and it is foam, but you just stick this right in. And then you take a little bit of the white. Just be sure that you press it in there really, really well. And then you can mix it up. You can put another rose. And again, I want to put shells in here. But of course, if you put shells right now, they're not going to be seen because it's so fluffy. So we're going to add them on this way. So alright, I'm going to go and finish this, and then I'll show you the next level. Alright, so I made the large piece for the arbor, and now I'm going to make two small pieces for the side. So I'm just cutting two 1-inch squares, and I'm going to wrap them with the jute cord. You can see it's just loosely tied around there, nothing fancy, but you want to have, I tied one this way and one this way before I wrapped it so that this can tie around the pole. So you have something to tie around the pole. And now I'm just going to take some greens and some flowers and just cover this all up. And the reason why you don't completely cover it is because you want something to stick the flowers into. So, like that. And again, I'm just using a mixture of what I've been using all day. What I used on the big piece in the center. And as you can see, I kind of do it varied. Sometimes I stick the glue into the foam, sometimes I put the glue on the flowers. It just depends on the flower itself, whether I think it will hold or not. Sometimes you can make your own picks by just attaching something to a stronger piece. And you can glue this on. So this is the arch completed, and I'm going to give you the close-up of the small ones. We hung one of the globes. Can't really see. I'm going to take pictures later on tonight. And there's that. Alright, we're starting to get it to come together. So exciting. So this is the table, the bride's table. And these are the centerpieces. Very simple. And then she had someone make rock candy sea glass. So you can actually eat that. And then we have the globes from the Dollar Tree covered with the pearls, and they look like trying to think of the name. They're like man-o-war. What do they call those things? Not stingrays. I can't remember. Jellyfish. Yes. And then this will be the cake table.